Subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on this bell icon to get all the latest videos. So hello guys, welcome to my channel. So in this part 1, I'm gonna show you how we can build the official way and the best way to create Django REST framework and the Django REST API with image upload capability or file upload capability. We're gonna work with our models. We create our models for this particular product. We'll add our database and we will do serialize those database, and we serialize those models, and we will work with ViewSets, routers, and test our API. So first let me create our project. Okay, so I'm gonna go to Django project YouTube, and here I'm gonna create a new folder and name it Django React full stack project. Okay, it is Django React full stack project. So here I'm gonna create a new project of Django. Okay, for that I need to write Django-admin start project, and I'll name it server. Okay, so this would be our main Django REST API that would be situated on. Okay, later we'll create a client folder that will hold our React application. First, now we need to work with the server. Okay, so open with VS Code. So this is important. First, we need to create our models and database integration. These two things are very important. So I need to write Python manage.py start app. This command is for using the how to create a new app in a Django project. So in the server folder, we're going to create another app which is Python manage.py start app and name it products. Okay, this is our products app. So let me go to the server, and in the settings.py file we need to include that. So for that we need to go to our app products and go to its apps and products config. Okay, we need to set it to the settings.py file. Our apps name is products and apps.products config. Okay, so if we go to the apps.py file, our main app name is products. Okay, so you need to add it in this settings.py file. Next step, you need to create a Django REST framework. Okay, you need to go to Django REST framework. So if you go to the django-rest-framework.org, you will see all of the Django framework and its documentation. You have your requirements, installation, example, development, all of those things. So if you go to the installation, you need to install the Django REST framework first. Let me make it bigger. Pip install Django REST framework. Okay, so copy this and you need to paste it here. Pip install Django REST framework. So I already have it, I don't need to install it further. Okay, so this is good. Now I need to, as I installed a new app, I need to add it here like previous. So in the settings.py, just add this REST framework and paste it here. Okay, REST framework is added. Save this file. Now I need to work with our router, serializers, ViewSet. We'll work with that as well. But first we need to create our models. Okay, so in the product models, we need to create a model. But before model, we need to set up our database. So that is very important. We can do this using the server settings.py file in our project level. We need to do this. So I can copy my another project from the Git to my main application and go to product management, and in the settings.py file I already have those information. Okay, so as you can see, these are the database files. Let me zoom in. These are the database information that we need. As you can see, the engine name, MySQL, database name, database root user, and password is null, and the host and the port. So to work with MySQL database, we need to include that thing. Okay, and default it is using SQLite, but I need to use the MySQL server. I will give it a particular name. Okay, so the naming is important. We're going to go to phpMyAdmin, and for that we need to install XAMPP. It will help us to work with phpMyAdmin with MySQL. Okay, you need to start the server. Okay, just install XAMPP on your computer and start those servers like Apache and MySQL. as you can see, it's coming all the information, all those files. Okay, in here you need to create a new project. If we go to this new and give it a new database name, let me give it a suitable name, Django React Product DB. Okay, Django React, just copy this name and collation and create. Okay, so a database is created, just copy that particular name and you can just paste this here, Django React Product DB. So this is the database name, this is the all the thing that you need to do, okay, for set up our database with the MySQL with Django. So this is our first step. And then what you need to do is, when you upload some images, okay, to the server, we need to create a new folder with name media, okay, in the root directory. This is actually a root directory, media, and then we have products and server. So in the root directory, we need to create a folder and give it another folder which is uploads. And in the uploads folder, we need to create another folder called images, where we will store all the images. Okay, if you have files, you just name it files. Okay, so images upload and the files upload are almost same, so we need to do that. This is very important. And then you need to do just set up our to configure our this media upload image file. So we need to show in the settings.py file, we need to redirect that. For that, we need to write media URL, it should be /media/. So this is the URL. So when we upload any images, it will go to the /media folder. Okay, so this is very, very important. And then we need to write media root. Media root is os.path.join, and it will go to the join, and it will go to the base directory of our application. Okay, and then it will go to media. So in the base directory, we have our media folder. This is your root folder of your media files. Okay, and the media URL is this folder. Okay, you need to do one more thing. If you go to the server and the urls.py file, just delete all of those unnecessary code. Here you can use include, we'll need that after it. So this is the root to go to the admins directory, admins file. If you want to go to the admin dashboard, you can use this URL, but we're gonna do something else. So we need to go from django.conf import settings. So we are just configuring our URLs file with the settings.media root and media URL. We need to connect those things to work with our this media root folders. Okay, so because when I want to upload any files or images, we need to save all of this information in these folders. So for that, you need to set up this thing, and then to go from django.conf.urls.static import static. So if we add plus static, okay, so plus static, you will write settings.media URL. So go to the settings folder, settings file, and go to the media URL, and document root will be settings.media root. So we just redirected that, go to this media root and media URL for this static content. Okay, so because these are the things which are static, as we mentioned in this folder. So this is the second part, which is very important. The setup, so our database setup is done, and our static content redirection is also done, as you can see. So we configured our databases and our media folders. Now you need to go to the products and go to our models.py file. Here to create our models. So create model product and give it a name models.model. And here we're gonna every product should have a name, and it should be models.character field and max length of suppose 150, and null is equals to false, because you must have to give a name, and blank is also false. You cannot set blank information in this API, product API. Okay, so you must have to give some name. and it has a price. Okay, it should be models dot decimal field. For price we use decimal field, and max digits, suppose 6. Okay, and decimal places, after the decimal it will have 2 digit, like suppose 555.55. so after the point we have 2 decimal places. Okay, so and the max digit should be 6. So this is one very important information. You can use any other digit, suppose I give 7 digit. Okay, you can do that. And if you want any email, but in product information we don't need email, but if you add email for any person, you need to use email field. Okay, this is very important. And also for the date field you need to use models dot date time field, and use auto now add is equals to true. It will add a date in date time. When you add those information in the API, it will have a date. But I will create a very simple. First we have a name, price, and description. Suppose it will be models dot text field. Okay, so this is actually our text area in the HTML format. It will give a very big form to enter your description. So name, price, description, and category. Suppose models dot, suppose I give it a character field, and max length is equals to 1, max length is equals to 50, and null is equals to true. If you don't add category, it also do. Okay, so blank is equals to true, it will also work. And make sure null is equals to true here, false, because every product should have a price, and blank is equals to false. You must have to add those things. Okay, there is no default. And another field is image. Name, price, description, category, and it has an image. So image should be with models dot image field. But to work with image field, to install pip install plow. Okay, you need to work with plow, but I already have it. So in case you don't have, you need to install that. And image field, it has an option. Image field has an option which is upload to. Okay, upload to which files or folder you're gonna upload this image from your PC, and it will add to your media folder uploads and images. So you need to write /media is our root URL. So if you go there, the settings, our media URL is this /media. Okay, it will go to the media, and then it will go to the uploads and images. So for that we don't need to write media because it is already there. We need to write uploads /images. Okay, so these are the name. It will go to the uploads folder and go to images folder, and it will add all of the images in that particular field. You will see when I upload from the admin panel, you will see that. So this is very important. Okay, upload /images. It will go to the media, uploads, and images. If you have if you don't write media here, you need to write media also here, but I already said that media URL is this. So this is the root URL. Go there and go to the uploads folder and images folder and store all those images. And in the default, we don't need any default, but null is equals to false, and blank is equals to false. Okay, so you cannot set any product without this image. You need an image, name, price, and description is also not needed, so important, but category is also not that important, but you can set it null or true, if whatever you like. Okay, if you must need it, just say it false, otherwise true. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, and you need to have a dunder method which is str. It will take a cell and it will go to the return sales dot name. So when you see in the database information, the product will have a name that will identify all those objects, product object. Okay, that particular product object, because each particular product object will have an image, name, price, description, category, all of those things. When with that, we only want to see the name in the admin panel. Okay, so this is very important. So we need to add this to our admin folder if you want to go there. So for that, you need to import that from .models import product model, and here to register it. So admin site register, make sure it is small r, and register that product. Otherwise it will not work. In the admin panel you cannot add information there. So in the API development, first we need to show we need to add the information in the admin panel. So for that we need to register in the admin panel, okay, after you get this model. So let's see what we need to do. Our database integration is done, our model creation is done, okay, and we need to migrate it. So Python manage.py make migrations. So our model is created. If you go to the migrations file, in the initial file, as you can see, our model is product. It has an ID auto generated by Django, image, name, price, description, okay, make sure its spelling is perfect, description and category. These are the fields will be added in the API as well when you want to import some information to the API. So after your migration is done, you need to create Python manage.py migrate. It will migrate all of your information into the database, okay. So before that, make sure everything works perfectly, you create the model perfectly, you add your settings, database information properly, and your urls.py properly, okay, and everything should be set properly. And if you go to the database in the Django React product DB, as you can see, your products table is added, okay, with this all this information like ID, image, name, price, description and category. So all the things are added. Now I need to clear this out and make a super user, okay. So let me write Python manage.py create super user, so that we can put all the information from the admin panel. Give it a particular name and your Gmail, the small password, and make it yes, it's created. Now if you run the server, Python manage.py run server, it will run the server for you. And if you go there and it is not working, you need to go to the admin panel, for that you need to write /admin, and you have to give your username and password. As you can see, your products is added. If you add any product here, okay, as you can see, your name, image, price, description, category, all of these things are added. And as you can see, these are bold because these are necessary field, but this is not necessary field, so this is not in a bold, okay. So choose a file. So I'm clicking on this Apple iPhone, okay, name it Apple iPhone 10 and give it a price of $999.99. Description, iPhone is awesome. So this is the description. You can add multiple description you like, okay. The category is a smartphone, okay, this is added, and you can add one more, and it should be a laptop. It should be Asus gaming laptop, okay. The price is $899.99, and Asus is great for gamers, okay, and it is laptop category. Save this information. As you can see, this name identifies a particular product. This is Apple, and this identifies the Asus gaming laptop. So this is for, if you go to the model, and here as you can see, return self.name. Now as you can see, all of your information is added, your Apple iPhone images and Asus images in this image folder. That's why this settings.py file, this media root, is very important. I need to add this to this static content settings.media URL and document root settings.media root in a urls.py file. This is very important. And in the models, you need to specify that root directory upload/images in the image field, okay. So this thing are done. So now you need to go to products, and here you need to create a new file which is serializers.py file. Here we need to, from REST framework that we installed, import from REST framework, import serializers. Okay, we need to import from .models, import product model, and we need to serialize class product serializer. Okay, product serializer, we're going to serialize that particular product model. If it is a product form, then you write product form. Okay, product serializer, it will serializers dot model serializer. It will serialize our model and make it into a JSON format. Okay, so I need to write class meta, and our model is our products model, and fields that we want to serialize is, you can write like this: image, name, and all of those things. But we want to serialize all the things: image, name, price, description. So we don't need to write it this way. You can write like this way and select underscore underscore all underscore underscore. So it will serialize all the information of this product model. Okay, these things are super important. So our serializer is done. We just imported the serializer from the REST framework, and we need to serialize our model. That's why we need to import that model. And in the product serializer, if it is a student serializer, then to student serializer. If it is a post serializer, you write post serializer, and it will serialize all of those things, and it will serialize that particular model that you want to serialize on. Okay, and fields all. This is super important. And then to import all of those things into the views function of that particular app. And in the app, you need to import the models from .models, import product model, and you need to import from .serializer, import product serializer. Okay, then we need a view set. So from REST framework, import ViewSets. This is the very important thing. From the REST framework, you need to import ViewSets. This will do all the magic thing for us. Okay, so I have to create a view which is product view, and it will inherit from product ViewSets dot model ViewSet. Okay, so you need to create a class product view. Okay, based on your name of our model, it will give you a particular view, and it is all, we imported serializer from the serializer field and the model, and you need to create a class called product view, and we imported the model view sets, and in the view sets you need to import the model view sets. Okay, so here you need to write the query set. The query set would be coming from the database model, which is product model. Okay, so it should be product dot objects dot all. You can write product dot objects dot all dot order by dash date created. If you had a date field, you just order by date, or you can order by its ID. Okay, whichever you want. You can also filter this as well based on something, but I'm not creating any complex thing. Simple product object dot all. These are the query to get all the products from the database in the query set. Okay, and then we need to serializer class. Serializer class is this serializer that we have created, product serializer that we have imported. This one, it should be product serializer. Done. These are the only thing derivative from the product view. Now you need to import that product view function into our evals.py file of our server. Okay, so go to the evals.py file. Here, this is very important. From this is our products app dot views, import product view. From products app, it will go to the particular product app that you have created, and it will go to its view and get all the product view. Okay, and you need to go evals.py file. This is the project level evals.py file. Okay, so very important. So you need to go to the products and go to its view and import that view function. And we need to also need from REST framework import routers. Okay, and we need to create a route instance. So route is equals to routers dot default router. Okay, and to create a route default, so what we did there, we imported the routers, and we need to create an instance of a variable route, and we need to call the routers dot default router. It will handle all the route for us. Okay, I'll show you what the routing is. Go to the particular product's ID and get all the information, delete by its ID, get all the information by its ID, and update those information, and you can do whatever you like in the API. API is very simple in Django making. Okay, then to routes dot register, you need to register your router, and this is the root directory. Okay, so this is the root directory, and here you have to call the product view, and it will do all the work for you. The product view, what the product view has, product view has all the objects in as a query set and the serializer class that you want to serialize. We need to serialize all the products into the JSON format. Okay, so if you go to the US.py file and give it a base name of product view. Okay, so if you go to the root directory in the API slash, it will give us this information. So just copy those things in the path into the, it will go to the localhost 8000 slash API slash, it will, so here in the root directory, when you go to the slash API, okay, of your first in the admin we have the admin dashboard, then we have a localhost 8000. If you go to the localhost 8000 slash this API, okay, it will go to the include, and it will go to the particular route, this route app. Okay, so routes dot url. Okay, when you go to that directory and this directory, and if you go to the route, as you can see in the root directory of API slash, you will show all this information. Okay, if you save it, so if you go run server, it will see all the information. If you go there, first it will have an error because we don't have any route. If you go to the admin, it will show the admin. Then if you go slash API slash, as you can see, it will give you all the information that you need. We in the database we imported only two information, this images field, name, price, description, category, all of those things. Okay, if we click on this image field, this image is added. So same as you can see, the image field is also working as it is a get request. If we go this one in the JSON format, as you can see, it is also working. In the, you can see also in the raw format, but I like parsed, as you can see. And then you can also post data from here, from image, you can select, you can enter price, all of those things. Make sure it is HTML form. You can add all those information here. You can select any information, you can give it any name, any price, any description, any category, and it will also work perfectly. But I'm not gonna post anything, I'm just showing you what you can do. Okay, we'll handle all those posting in the database from the React application, not from there. You can edit information very easily using post. And if you want to get the information by ID, like API slash, let me zoom in, API slash 1, as you can see, product instance is equal to the product slash API slash 1. This is the ID of the particular product. As you can see, it will give you iPhone. Okay, iPhone information. Now if you go to the product API slash 2, it will give you the ID of 2, it will give you all the information. You can delete those as well from the database. If you click on this, it will be deleted. And if you, as you can see, all the information that you have here in the JSON format is also added in this form. Okay, it will prefill all this information with this name, image, price, description, all those fields. And when you to put request of this information, it will update the product. So when you work with the React application, we'll see how we can identify that, how we can update any product by its ID. Okay, we'll use put request. So for getting any particular ID, suppose API slash 2, this is the get request using a particular ID, and we can update this thing as well. So if you want to delete, you can delete it. So if we go to the slash API, it will give us the product list of information, and it is also a GET request. So when you want to see any information from the database, it is a GET. When you need to put those information, it is a POST request. When to get by this particular ID is also a GET request. When to delete it, it is a delete request. Okay, so this is the 4 important thing. And when to add an information here, it is a POST request. But when to update it and get all the information in the form as a pre-filled and put it and update this information again to the database, it is a update or put request. Okay, so these are all the 4 important things that you need to do with API development. Okay, copy this thing and go to the Postman. This is also very popular thing to check the API. Mind you, this is very important when you want to work with Node.js or any other API development thing, backend framework. This is very important for to test the API. If we go there, let me paste it. API is our main root /1 and send it. As you can see, here information is coming. If you click on this image, it will give the image. And if you go to the Postman and go to the ID of 2 and send, as you can see, you can also send information from this and post information whatever you like, but I will just make it as simple as possible. We'll add all those information, we'll add get, post, put, update, all of those things request using the React Axios library, and we work with the front end. So our backend is done. We just make our complete REST API with Django very simply and easily. First we just do the database integration, whatever database you want. You just make an app, okay, products app for working with our models, and import the REST API. And for REST API to work with, if you want to work with media images, just write this media URL and media files, all of those things. This is very simple, just one click. And in the URLs, you need to import that static settings media URL, media root, and make your models.py file. And if you want to work with files, suppose, let me show you here, files is equals to models.file field. Okay, and here you also, it can upload to, it will go to the upload/files. In here we have images. You can make one more folder and write upload/files. Okay, and it will upload all of your files. The image and files are almost same. You can work with both of those things. You can upload files here. So this is all the thing in the API. So in case you want to know how to upload files on images, these are the thing. Okay, so this API is working perfectly. And if you work with the React.js application now, you can see it's working really fine. It will look really cool. So you need to make sure this server is running. But tomorrow I will show you how you can make Django work with React.js application. But by default it is not working, but you need to add some middleware to work with it. So in the next part, I'm going to show you how you can implement all of those features and get all of those product information in a React.js application. So thanks for watching. I'll be coming with the next video.